Now, if you give donation with the wish to become very rich, what will happen? No? So, not like in Japan, when I was in Japan. So only once in a year, I think, the people, they go around, not the statues of the monastery, and they would throw money, into there. So they just do that with the intention that, oh, if I throw money there, I will get a lot of money in this life. No? So that means if you give the donation with the intention of becoming very rich or enjoying celestial happiness, etc., so your merit will be less because you are having greed during offering. So when you are offering, because you can offer, there is moral mind arise, moral karma will bear good result. But because of this craving, to become very rich, to become like the celestial being, also that is greed. So greed pulls down, so your merit will be less. So you should give without any craving for reward. So you just give freely for the welfare of that person or for the other, and then just wish, may my donation they support me to attain Nibbana. So that is the best. That would be the greatest benefit. Now, the stronger your volition, the greater merit you will get. So whatever meritorious deed that you do, you should do very willingly, and then very enthusiastically, with great volition, just like attending the Abhidhamma class. Now we are performing great meritorious deed now. So if you are very willing and you are very enthusiastic and try to learn the Buddha, then you will get great merit, very great merit. And we are in Buddhism, we are very fortunate. We have the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, the noblest objects of veneration. So when we donate to the object of veneration, of very great veneration, again we get greater merit. And again, when the Buddha said, the Dhamma gift excels all other gifts. So how to donate to the Dhamma? So that means the Dhamma gift is to produce the greatest benefit. Why? Because the Dhamma, when you give others, they will give the greatest benefit to them. And that's why you also get the greatest merit. So just like our brother, the Ontario Akasa, the Angkasa, so he built the Shiragong Pagoda, so many people can come and worship to get merit. And now he supported very generously to our Abhidhamma teaching. So he will get very, very great merit. And also Christine, she is managing, and she is all doing and performing this as if she herself is donating. She also will get very great merit. So if you can also support, not to say to my Dhamma walk, Dhamma writing and Dhamma propagation, so again, these will bring great merit. Now we have exercises at the bottom of page 44. Now exercise 1. If we offer alms without being prompted by anyone, and if we also feel glad at the time of offering, what would be the trigger? So that means if we offer alms without being prompted, meaning asankarika. Asankarika. So when we do offering alms, it is meritorious deed, so we shall have Mahakusala Chaita. So and then we feel very glad at that time, so that means Somanasa Sagatam. But here he does not include whether he understands karma in the result. So if we perform alms, offer alms with the knowledge of karma in the result, then what would be the chaita? So it would be number 1, number one. So, Somanasa Sagadam, Jnana Samyutam, Asankharika Mahakusala Chaita. Okay. Exercise 2. If young children without knowledge of karma and karma result pay homage joyfully to a monk or a Buddha's image after being prompted by their parents, so what would be the chaita? So again, when they are paying homage, the joyfully, so Somanasa Sagadam. Without the knowledge of karma, Jnana Vipayutam, being prompted by parents, Sankharika Mahakusala Chaita. So, more exercise on page 45. So, actually, I gave you 8 exercises for each type of Mahakusala Chaita. The answer you already know. You already know. For example, number 1, a lady with the knowledge of karma and with joy offers flowers to a pagoda on her own accord. So you know it's number 1, Mahakusala Chaita. So in Buddhism, the Buddha said, even if you offer 1 flower or just a cup of water to the Buddha, then it will bring merits for many, many existences. So that means we have great merit. No? So just to know that we should perform these meritorious deeds. So almsgiving, we say. And you get greater merit by observing 5 precepts. So we should observe very diligently the 5 precepts because very great profit. So that we say that dana will provide you with wealth, with money and wealth in every existence. Even if you become a dog, you can sleep very well, and you can have a good place to sleep and good food to eat. But the observing moral precept, sila, will provide you with good existences, And of course, the greatest merit is obtained by meditation. So we should meditate. Not just like in Park Meditation Center. In Vipassana, you have to find out what is the karma that give rise to your present existence. You can see, you can know your past existences, and at the time of near death, at the past existences, the karma that going to produce this existence appears in your mind. So from that you know. So some meditator, they say, just offering 1 flower to the Buddha, I became a human being. So just offering a cup of water to the Buddha statue, so I got this human existence. So how easy not to get it. But if the people do not know, if you don't do, you miss the chance. So it does not cost any money to perform meritorious deeds. It only needs your knowledge and wisdom. So try to perform meritorious deeds as much as possible. On page 45, near the bottom, we have new topic, great resultant consciousness and great functional consciousness. So these 8 Mahavipaka Chaitas, and then 8 Mahakriya Chaitas, they are named in the same as Mahakusala Chaita. So we just name them like Somanasa Sagadam, Jnana Samyutam, Asankharikam Ekam, Sasankharikam Ekam. Now we give the same name, but we know that we are referring to Mahakusala Chaita or Mahavipaka Chaita or Mahakriya Chaita from this name. We already know here. Now in the case when you have to answer and you want to differentiate them, so we gave you at the bottom of page 45. Number 1, Somanasa Sagadam Jnana Samyudam Asankharika Mahakusala Chaita. Number 2, Somanasa Sagadam Jnana Samyudam Asankharika Mahavipaka Chaita. So instead of Mahakusala, you say Mahavipaka Chaita. Now when the arahats, they perform meritorious deeds, so their consciousness would be Sovanasa Sagadam Jnana Samyutam Asankharika Mahakriya Chaita. On page 46 we have the topic, no more consciousness in a person. So we say this 54 sense sphere consciousness, they arise in the sense sphere. But not these, all these can arise in the sense sphere. But this Hasitupada Chaita and the 8 Mahakriya Chaita, 9 of them, arise only in Arahats and Buddhas. So what would be the Chaita that can arise in us? So the remaining 45. So you subtract 9 from the 54, you get the remaining. So all these Chaita can arise in us, except this 9. Now, among these Chaitas again, the Akusala Chaita arises when we perform immoral actions. And this 8 Mahakusala Chaita arises when we perform moral actions. So these 2 types, they have karma properties. And they depend on our wish or on our action. So actually we can make them to arise. We can make them. And for the rest, so these are the Vipaka Chaitas. They are the result of the past karma, and they will arise as they should. As they should, without anything to do with us. Anything to do with us. So we say when you see a beautiful flower, then we say, the Kusala Vipaka, eye consciousness will arise automatically. So when you are listening to the music, to the song, pleasant song, what Chaita will arise at that time? So when you are enjoying good, the sense object, it is due to the effect of the good karma. So only at that time, the Kusala Vipaka, the ear consciousness will arise. So these Vipaka Chaita, they don't have any karma properties. They will arise according to the karma, according to the situation and the karma. So we cannot make them to arise or something like that. They will arise when they should. And the same thing, there's 2, the Mahakriya Chaita that can arise in us, the Panja Dwara Vachana and Mano Dwara Vachana. They also arise automatically, to take notice of the sense object that appears in the 6th sense door. So what is more, what we can control is these 2 types of Chaita. So we say, if you live wisely, and you want to live very happily and beneficially, how should you live? So the knowledge of good and evil. In Pali we say Kusala Akusala. That means good and evil. Is very important. So what is good and what is the evil? What is bad? Good and bad. So not just even like at the time of that philosopher, Greek philosopher. What is his name? So they used to determine what is good and what is bad on the self-benefit. So they say what is beneficial to you is good. What is not beneficial to you is bad. So in that case, if they want, they can kill the fish and cook them and eat. Oh, it's good because you can eat good food. And you may even cheat others to get money. Oh, it's good for you. You would say that. Not like they are even like in the commandments they say, "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal." Even they say they say, "Don't kill your countrymen, but you should kill your enemies." the more enemies you kill, no, you have the greater merit, they say. So, no, that is not correct. That is not correct. No. So because when killing there, according to Buddha, no, whether they see they are the enemies or otherwise, so we are developing anger-rooted consciousness by billions. Bad karma will be deposited by billions, and then we have to suffer in hell for many existences. It will not be good for us. No? So, and then, no, thou shalt not steal. Don't steal your neighbor's property. But when you can conquer your enemy, you can take all their property, including their wives and children. So, no, these are not correct. Not correct. No, so in the case of the Buddha, no, he knows this karma in result. So it is the criteria. Karma is the result. No, so the Buddha said, if you cause harm to any living being, then it is bad. It is immoral, akusala. If you cause harm to any living being, no, and then if you don't cause harm to any living being, so that is good. So when the Buddha, when he admonished his son Rahula, no, Rahula was only 7 years old when he was a novice. So the Buddha, no, he told his son, now what is the mirror used for? How is the mirror used for? Oh, it's useful to look our face and to see, no, any fault, no, appears in our face. The same thing the Buddha said. Now, if you intend to do something, to speak something, even to think of something, now before you do, you speak and you think. You try to see first, just like you see looked at in the mirror, whether this action will cause harm to any living being, either to others or to you. If it causes harm, don't do it. If it does not cause harm to any person, and it will bring good to the people, you do it. Even when you are doing, at the middle, you should stop. You should think again, whether it has caused some harm to any living being. If it caused to someone harm to any living, stop it. Don't do it. Right? If it does not cause any harm, you continue it. When you finish, you see again whether it has caused some harm to any living being. So if not, you can do it again and again. So this is a very good advice. Very good advice. No, so whatever we speak, whatever we think, no, we just try to think first whether it will cause some harm. Even when some bad words that may cause some people feeling, so don't say, don't do that. No. So in Buddhism, the Buddha, he described the 10 evil actions, and he called this the akusala karma patha. That means 10 causes of actions that can send you to the both abodes. So that means the serious, the bad actions. So we already told you, we by just observing 5 moral precepts, we abstain from all these 10 evil actions. So when you abstain from 10 evil actions, you get great merit. So some people say, how can you get merit? No? By abstaining, you don't do anything. You don't do anything. No? Just abstaining from killing, abstaining from stealing. Just by don't doing anything, how can you get the merit? So the Buddha said, now the mosquito is biting you very painfully. So you're angry, you want to smash. But now you say, oh, this mosquito. So he must have a wife and children. So if I kill her, so every living being loves himself most, the Buddha said. So every being once is afraid to die. As I'm afraid to die, so if I kill a mosquito, it's not just, it is unjust. So you develop loving kindness. So you forgive. You forgive. Oh, I will not kill you. I will let you go, to live happily with your family. So if you can do that, so you just imagine you suppress your anger. The anger that do not arise. And then you forgive, you tolerate, and then you forgive. Not just like in Christianity they say forgiveness is divine. Very noble. Not the attitude of forgiving is very noble. No? So moral minds arise billions at that time. And when you have the chance to take other people's property, oh, I should not take it. Otherwise he will be very, very sad. And he has to work very hard to get that money. So if I take it, so it is not legal. So if you know that if you don't take it, it amounts to giving that money back to that person. So again, you develop billions of moral minds. So when we know Abhidhamma, we know, what is moral, what is immoral, by this mind. If you do something during that time, if immoral minds arise, it's not good. It is immoral action. If you do something during that time, moral minds will arise, then it is moral action. You just do it. So in daily life, we apply this. This is very good. This is the best, I think. Like they say, honesty is the best policy. And this is the best policy. And it is the real democracy. When they are talking about democracy, all these things, actually this real democracy. So don't cause any harm to any living being. You should respect to all living beings. They have the right to live. Even the mosquito, the ants, don't kill them. Let them live. So that is very good. So if you can develop the good attitude in whatever you do, you develop moral mind. So even you are working in a company or you are working your business, so if you are just trying to work to get money, to buy the good food, good clothing, good car, etc., so only the greed-rooted consciousness will be arising. So while you're doing that, if I get money, I can support my children, I can support my parents, I can give donation. So if you have that attitude, you are having moral mind. So when you are working for the company there, so sometimes you don't want when you get they give you a lot of work to do, so you complain, I have to work so hard. It's not worthwhile. So if that time only immoral minds would be arising. So now when you are working for a company, then try to wish for the progress of the company. He is providing me with the salary that I can live on. I can provide the education, health, and food to my family. So he is my benefactor, So I should try to do as much as at my best for the progress of this company. So if you have that attitude, you are doing with moral mind. So that is the way how to live very happily and beneficially. So now we go up to more beautiful consciousnesses. So we have finished, we finished this Kama Vajra Chaita. Now we go to this Rupa Vajra Chaita. Rupa Vajra means fine material sphere. So the fine material sphere refer to the 16 Brahma realms, the 16 Brahma realms. So these are the chaitas that arise in the Brahmas most of the time. But we can also develop them in this, in our human realm. So these 15 are divided equally into 3 groups, so you get 5 each. So the way we divide is the same like we divide the 24 Kama Sobhana Chaita. So here you get Kusala, Vipaka, Kriya. The same thing here, we get 5 Rupa Vajra Kusala, 5 Rupa Vajra Vipaka, 5 Rupa Vajra Kriya Chaitas. So you can look on page 46. So in the middle, we give you the topic, fine material sphere consciousness. So 15 chaitas divided into 3 groups below. Number 1 is Rupa Vajra Kusala chaitas, numbering 5. So we call them Rupa Jhana, moral consciousness. And Rupa Vajra Vipaka chaitas, also 5. We call them Rupa Jhana, resultant consciousness. No, vipaka is resultant. Number 3 is rupa vajara kriya chaita, also number 5. So we call them rupa jhana, functional consciousness. So all of them are jhana chaitas. Okay. Now page 46, the second last paragraph. Now please have a look. A person whose rebirth consciousness is associated with wisdom and who is not yet an arahat may develop the 5 rupa vajara kusala chaitas one after another by undertaking tranquility meditation, such as meditation on ekasina or on respiration. Respiration means mindfulness of your breathing, your breathing. So here we say, a person with his rebirth consciousness, having wisdom, we say. So that means these Mahavipaka chaitas, they function as our rebirth consciousness, and then when we are alive, they function as life continuum, and finally they function as death consciousness. The celestial being devas are also born by these 8 Mahavipaka chaita. Now among the 8, 4 are jnana samyutta, 4 are jnana vipyutta. So those persons who are born with the jnana samyutta, Mahavipaka chaita, they have wisdom in their rebirth consciousness. We say they are 3-rooted person. 3-rooted person. Those who are born with jnana vipyutta chaita, they don't have wisdom. So we say they are 2-rooted person. So only if you are 3-rooted person, you can undertake meditation and can develop up to the jhana. If you are 2-rooted person, you cannot attain jhana in this life. So if you ask me, how can we know where we are 3-rooted or 2-rooted? Well, I answer, if you understand Abhidhamma up to now, what I taught, you are 3-rooted. Now, please look at the bottom paragraph. Rupa vajara vipaka chaitas are the karma resultants of rupa vajara kusala chaitas. They are the rebirth consciousness of rupa brahmas. So, I would like to explain to you to understand that. If you can develop this rupa vajra jhana, so 5 of them, then while you develop that rupa vajra jhana in the jhana state, the rupa vajra jhana chaita, kusala chaita will be arising by billions again, by billions every second. So when they dissolve, they also leave behind the karma. So we call them rupa vajra kusala karma. Rupa vajra kusala chaita, rupa vajra kusala karma. So this karma, when you die, if you can maintain this the jhana you attain, so this karma will have the chance to bear result. And then you will be born in the Brahma. So when you born in the Brahma, so that karma produces this rupa vajra vipaka chaita, to serve as your rebirth consciousness, and then as your life continuum, and finally as your death consciousness. So, if you can maintain this first jhana till you die, and usually those people who attain the jhana, when they are about to die, they develop the jhana. So they die very peacefully under the jhana. So they will be born in the first jhana, rupa vajra jhana plane, with the first rupa vajra vipaka chaita. So those who attain the second jhana will be born by the second jhana vipaka chaita. So as there are 5 rupa vajra kusala chaita, there are also 5 rupa vajra vipaka chaita. Now the rupa vajra kriya chaita arise in arahats. So when arahats also, most arahats, when they become arahats, if they had attain the jhana in the previous life, if they have already attained jhana, automatically they will attain the jhana. But some arahats, they don't attain the jhana. So they also have to meditate just like we do. Then when they meditate, they can develop this 5 rupa, vajara, kriya, jhana. Okay. On page 47, we have the question, what is jhana? So the answer, jhana is mental absorption when the mind is focused on a sense object for hours. It is a combination of jhana factors. These jhana factors number 5. So the jhana means the absorption state of the mind. Like when we undertake the mindfulness of breathing, first you have to be aware of the in-breath and the out-breath. So you focus on the in-breath and out-breath. And when, as you the focus on the in-breath and out-breath, so you are developing moral minds. Because you suppress lobha, dosa, moha not to arise in meditation. So only moral minds will be arising. And moral minds arise by billions, accompanied by these 5 jhana factors. The jhana factors. So these jhana factors will be developed slowly. And when they become very strong, then they can keep the mind fixed on that meditation subject. So when we say the meditation subject, first the in-breath and the out-breath is our meditation subject. But later, when you attain concentration, you will get the meditation sign. Like a ruby, a pearl, or a white mask at the tip of the nose. So we call that acquired sign or learning sign. Then you focus on that sign until it becomes very clear and bright, like an evening star, like a bright diamond, like a bright ruby. So it becomes, we call that meditation sign. So when your mind remains focused and fixed on this meditation sign for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, then we say you attain the jhana state. When you attain the jhana state, you can redevelop this jhana again and again. So if you practice well, you can remain in the jhana state up to 7 days at a time, without eating, without going to the toilet, without the need to drink anything, and you live very, very happily, very blissfully in the jhana state, much, much superior than enjoying sense pleasure. So the jhana state. So when the mind becomes focused, it becomes very powerful, very powerful. Our mind is not powerful because our mind is restless and wandering from one sense object to another. You are thinking of that, and then you talk something, and you say so your mind is is not powerful. So I used to give the example. If you take a convex lens is just like the eye, convex lens. So just the size of a palm. Now you put in the bright sunlight there. This convex lens will focus the sunlight that fall on it at a point. They will focus, not so. Now when the sunlight that falls on this lens are concentrated at one point, it becomes very, very hot. So now in the sunlight, you go there, you are not burned. But when you focus like that, you put your hand will be burned. So it becomes very, very, very hot, very powerful. The same thing, when the mind becomes, the concentrate in the jhana state, you can enjoy that, the highest bliss. We say highest mundane bliss. Mundane means worldly, worldly bliss. So among in the world, if you want to, to enjoy the highest bliss, the highest happiness, what should you do? You should develop the jhana. You should develop the jhana. Now, when you attain the jhana, the mind is totally pure. No, when we say it's total view, no arising defilement. Lopa, dosa, moha will not arise. For 7 days at a time, so no lopa, no dosa will arise. So when the mind becomes very pure, it radiates very bright, penetrative light. Amazing, amazing. With closed eye, you can see all, no, everything in front of you. No, you can see now. With closed eye, you can see everything, and you can see far away. No, so all over, no, like Maiden, all over the Braskati, so all this city, all this area. So if you practice well, you can see even very, very far. You can see penetratively into your body. You can see all the two parts of your body, no, including the lungs, no, the livers, no, the heart. So all this you can see. Not only in your body, you can see other people's body also penetratively. So, and jhana is not regarded as special attainment in life. So the Buddha said, no, there are 3 special attainments: jhana, magga, and phala. If you attain the jhana and you continue with your vipassana meditation, very soon you can develop this magga and phala. So when you attain magga and phala, you become noble person. You can enjoy nibbana bliss forever. No, so it's a high, very high attainment. So even attaining the jhana is a special attainment, the Buddha said. No, so after attaining the jhana, if you undertake vipassana, so you are very close to nibbana, the Buddha said. You can attain, no, this magga and phala very easily. So we should try to develop this jhana. We have the chance. No, we have the chance. So, no, before the Buddha appeared, no, some people, they know how to develop the jhana, but very few. No, very few. The ascetics, they live in the forest and try to meditate. So by the meditation, some of them can also develop this jhana. But when the Buddha appeared, when he teach this jhana, how to develop them, then people can develop jhana very, very easily. And after you attain the jhana, you can further develop supernormal power, flying in the air. Flying in the air. You can create, no, whatever you like. What do you want? No, you can create food, no, or their ornaments, no, whatever you like, you can create. No. When you like to attain jhana, I persuade you to develop the jhana. Now, we look at the middle of page 47 about the 5 jhana factors. Now, what are they? One is vitakka, initial application that applies the mind to the sense object. So vitakka is a neutral mental factor. So actually we give you, the Cetasika chart here. So we describe 13 neutral mental factors. So among these we have vitakka, vichara, piti, so these 3. And then the vedana and ekaggata. So these are the 5 jhana factors. Actually they are the mental factors. This vitakka applies your mind to various sense objects. When you think about your house, that means vitakka applies your mind to the house. So in meditation, like when we are trying to be aware of the in-breath and out-breath, so your vitakka must apply your mind to that in-breath and out-breath again and again. So this vitakka. And the next one is vichara, sustained application that examines the object again and again. So the mind is very quick, and it is wandering from one object to another very quickly. So it won't stay there very long. Vitakka applies it to that object, and then it will go to another object. So vichara sustains the mind to remain on this object a little longer by examining this object again and again. And then 3 is piti, is joy. pleasurable interest in the object. So this is the joy that you have when you enjoy the movie or etc. The same thing. This is the joy, the piti. So piti is joy, and then we say pleasurable interest in the object. So when you can develop this, this piti joy will be developed slowly. Now, when piti becomes quite strong, so it can also keep the mind to remain in the object for a longer time. Because we like to live in a place, to stay in a place longer where we have joy, the same thing. And then Vedana, feeling or sensation, we have already found 5 types of feeling in the consciousness. So 3 here and 2 here. 5 types of feeling. But here we say only sukha, the sukha and upekha. Only these two kinds of vedana takes part in the jhana. Sukha is pleasant feeling. So when we say sukha, pleasant feeling, it means both pleasant mental feeling and pleasant bodily feeling. And then upekha is neutral feeling or equanimity. Equanimity means mental balance, that make the mind balanced, to remain on the object. So these 5 jhana factors, they associate with moral minds. So when we develop moral minds, Mahakusala Citta, up to 34 mental factors can associate with the moral mind. So among these mental factors, these 5, the jhana factors also are included. So when you keeping on meditation, so moral minds develop again and again. So these jhana factors are also developed again and again. So then, by repetition effect, they become stronger, 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 stronger. So when they become very, very strong, then they keep the mind. Vichaka automatically applies the mind to the object again and again. Vichara sustain the mind there. Piti is very high when you attain the jhana. Sukha is very high. So they keep the mind. And ekagata. Ekagata is actually we call the concentration samadhi. Concentration is the name of ekagata. This ekagata, mental factor. So we give here ekak. Ekak is ekagata. So ekagata is number 5, one-pointedness, concentration, or samadhi. So this ekagata, it harmoniously unites consciousness and all mental factors, keep them together and keep them fixed on the meditation subject for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now, please look at the book again. Now we like to read a little bit here. So just below that ekagata, now we have the paragraph. Vichaka, vichara, piti, sukha, and upekha. And ekagata are the mental factors that can keep the mind fixed on an object. They can be developed and strengthened by tranquility meditation, samatha bhavana. Our mind is normally not tranquil or calm. It is constantly agitated by 5 hindrances, nivaranas, namely sense desire. It is in Pali, kamachanda, not important. It is a sense desire. And evil, jabada, sloth and torpor, chinameda, restlessness and remorse, uddacha, kukucha, and satigoda, vicikiccha. So here we describe 5 hindrances. So you should remember this. 5 hindrances in Pali we call nivaranas. Hindrance comes from the verb hinder. Hinder means to prevent, to block. So this nivarana will prevent the arising of moral minds, and the arising of jhana, megha, and phala. So they are our internal enemies, actually. Yesterday, when we talk about meditation, we say why we should undertake meditation. Because our mind is always restless and wandering from one sense object to another. And our mind is wandering and restless because of these 5 hindrances. Because of these 5 hindrances. They are the defilement. No, they are defilements. So in the next paragraph, that is the last paragraph in the page, sense desire is actually lobha, greed or craving. So, sense desire influences the mind to be wandering about sensuous objects which it has enjoyed before. So we are always thinking about the sense object. Say we are thinking about our family members, our job, and our about getting the good food, and then about the enjoyment. So the mind is always wandering among these sense objects. Even when you, as a Buddhist, you know, oh, I should say prayers at night. Even when you say prayers, this sense desire will obstruct you not to develop moral mind. So you may say Namo, so you close your eye, or sometimes some people when they say prayer, so they are Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa, they look there and here. So their mind is not on the Buddha anymore. So in that case, no moral mind. So they say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato, but they are thinking about the Korean, the actor and actresses during that time. So only immoral minds will be arising. So if you don't take notice, so this sense desire, that is lobha, they arise in your mind most of the time. And the next one, we call the vyabhada, ill will is dosa, anger. So also, the ill will agitates the mind by taking notice of disagreeable things. So we have also said, the dosa also arise in the mind most of the time. So now if you are like a businessman, you are thinking about your business all the time. That is lobha. When you are thinking with craving and attachment, it is lobha. So when you worry about your business, would my business succeed or not? And what are the troubles there? So when you are thinking of this, the vyabhada, ill will, dosa will be arising. So now in light, when we encounter sense object that we don't appreciate, just as I told you, like even when you are say going to your office. So if the traffic jam, and then you are agitated, so you become the same thing. Now in meditation, so when we say you have to focus on the in-breath and out-breath all the time. So when you don't know about the benefits of meditation, what's the use of focusing my mind on the in-breath, out-breath all the time? Why I'm just sitting and doing nothing? What would be the benefit? And then while you're sitting, then pain will arise. The pain will arise in your thigh, in your hip, or in your legs. Then you're worried. Oh, I'm getting pain. Oh, it's painful. What should I do? So that is vyabhada. Should I get up now? Should I stop? Or should I change? Should I move? So all this vyabhada will be arising in you. And then the sloth and torpor makes the mind inactive, morbid, and lazy and idle. So this is sloth and torpor. So if you meditate, you become lazy, you want to stop. You want to stop. That means the sloth and torpor will be arising in you. You don't want to do anything, you feel very happy. Your mind is happy, so that is a sloth and torpor. So now some people, now you may be smiling. When I ask you, okay, we shall take meditation for half an hour. Close your eyes, try to meditate. Some people, they start. They're nodding all the time, half an hour. Some people, while they are meditation, they sleep for 1 hour, 2 hours. So that is sloth and torpor. Sloth and torpor. And then the next one is we call restlessness and remorse. So restlessness of the mind becomes restless, always restless. This is a mental factor that agitate the mind, to make the mind restless. And remorse means you have done something wrong, and you feel unhappy about this. So at that time, only dosa, mula, citta will be arising. And also, worry is the same thing as this remorse. And then Satyagata, Vicikiccha, we say. You have already seen in the Moha, Mula, Citta. So these Uddhacca is restlessness, Vicikiccha, Satyagata, having doubt about this meditation, about the progress of it, about the teaching. So if you are having doubt, you are having only Moha, Mula, Citta. No moral mind. So you have to be, you have to fight against these, the 5 hindrances. So if they block you not to develop moral mind, you live only with immoral mind. And that's why we say if we don't understand the teaching of the Buddha, the people, they live only with this immoral mind. Day and night, till they die. So you can imagine, if you live like that, when you die, where you will be born. Definitely in the woeful state. We don't know about that. We have to develop moral mind. So these are the enemy. You should know. You should. Only when you know, then you can fight against them. Otherwise, they are just influence you. You don't know. Accept, yourself, I don't want to do it. I want to eat good food. I want to watch the movie. You think as if it is a mental factor. It behaves as yourself. You wish, you desire, you want to get it. You are angry. You are not happy. So, otherwise you don't know. But when the Buddha teaches that, we know now. Okay. Tea break for half an hour. It's good to refresh and relax. Okay. Let's enjoy the tea.